Happy Friday the 13th. Looking forward to some wonderful high school football action. Lima Central Catholic taking on Allen East. Warm-ups underway on Goodwin Field as we are excited to bring you this matchup tonight here on WOSN. Tonight's pregame and the tips of the game are brought to you by the State Bank. Contact the State Bank for all your banking and financial services needs. Visit yourstatebank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. As we bring you into the broadcast position, Patrick Hamler, Evan Skilleter here with you, and looking forward to a Northwest Conference matchup. Of course, LCC back in the NWC taking on Allen East. These teams really for the last few years, even when LCC was not in conference, still having some great matchups, and looking forward to another one tonight.
Yeah, no question. Both teams off to a 2-1 start. Now LCC coming off a win. Allen East a loss last week, 28-21 against Indian Lake. Excited to see how they respond, but on paper these two teams pretty similar, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they attack each other.
Both teams evenly matched, and as we look at the State Bank tips of the game, Professor, what are we looking at for wins tonight for each team?
Well, the first thing is going to be contain the quarterbacks. We've got two great quarterbacks out on the field. Brady Parker, 27 of 51 from throwing the ball this year. 424 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's also carried the ball 23 times for 117 yards and a touchdown. He can get it done both ways. And on the other side of the field, Jackson Thompson, 27 of 53, 365 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Again, similar stats for him. 51 rushes, though, 346 yards on the ground. So that's a little bit of a difference. Now, we did hear we might see Jackson Thompson play a couple different positions tonight. We'll see about that. But either way, these two teams are going to have to contain the quarterbacks. And then stopping the run. Look, these teams have great running backs as well. Matthew Quatman, 111 yards per game on the ground. He's scored 3 times. He also has 3 catches for 89 yards. But this is a good rushing offense. And on the other side for Allen East, Miles McDormand, 183 yards. We already mentioned Jackson Thompson, 346 on the ground. So 2 great running games. They're going to have to key on that. And then I'm really curious what the role players are going to do. We're very, very familiar, and we'll talk throughout the game about some of the players that stand out on the stat sheet in this game. But when you see two teams very similar on paper, they're going to key on those great players, and you want to know who's going to step up, right? On the LCC side, Mylan Cohen's a great wide receiver, 7 catches, 96 yards this year. Lausen Flores, 5 catches, 86 yards. For Allen East, Miles McDormand, we talked about him as a running back, 183 yards on the ground. Hunter Nichols, a great receiver, 7 receptions this year with a touchdown. So which of those guys are going to step up? Who are we going to see kind of break through and help their team to victory?
A lot of questions to answer. We hope to get them answered here in the next few minutes of high school football action. Those are your State Bank tips of the game. When we come back, we will have the kickoff between the Mustangs and the Thunderbirds right here on WOSN. Moments away from kickoff, tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And the sponsor of our first quarter is Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com. Just about ready for this Northwest Conference matchup here in the broadcast booth. Look, I look ethereal because of the way the sun is bouncing out. You do too as well, Evan Skilleter, as we get you ready for this week of high school football action. And something that we alluded to in the pregame, a lot of this is going to come down to matchups, as it always does in football. But we've got a very interesting quarterback situation. Brady Parker still kind of looking for his footing, taking over for his brother Carson, who was a longtime starter here at LCC. And then Keegan Jones looks like he's going to get some reps in at quarterback. And how do the rest of the players fall into line, and how do they play their part in getting a win? And it's going to be something that we're going to be watching throughout.
Yeah, no question. You talk about that quarterback situation for Allen East. We mentioned in the pregame maybe Keegan Jones would get some action, and it seems like that will be the case, which means Jackson Thompson's going to be moved around the field a little bit, maybe get some carries at running back, maybe we'll see him in the slot, and that gives Allen East some options. So I'm curious to see what that does for this offense, and you're right, absolutely. You've got a young quarterback coming into his own on the LCC side, but comes from a family of good quarterbacks, and you know that he's continuing to develop and can certainly break out at any point.
The Mustangs will receive the football first. Ethan's ready to receive. Ethan Young and Ethan Hirschberger back there to possibly receive this kick as we are underway. Matthew Quatman takes it off, and it is Young who is going to field this one to start off. Young down to the 31-yard line, and that is where the Mustangs will set up shop for their first drive.
Not surprised they kept that away from Hirschberger. He actually has a touchdown this year, 4 returns for 96 yards. So imagine they'll keep that ball away from him and kick it to the right side. But here comes that Allen East offense this year, 43 points per game. That's second in the NWC, 365 yards per game on offense, third in the NWC. And as we anticipated, Keegan Jones in there at quarterback.
5'10" sophomore. A lot of youth at the quarterback position. Jackson Thompson also a sophomore, or junior, sorry. And the handoff here to get started, and the line for LCC right there, pushing him back. We'll get some credit for forward progress. Pickup of a couple there for Jackson Thompson.
We'll have to do that a lot. Just swarm to the ball. You see how many guys end up in the box. They've got 2 wrapping him up. They've got 3 coming in to finish off the play. That's how you wrap up a guy that leads the NWC, or is top in the NWC in rushing, coming in at second, actually, in the conference.
Johnny McKee there in the line for LCC, blowing that up. It's going to be really easy to pick out number 75. I think he is probably the biggest player out there and is going to be that this evening.
7 in the box right now for LCC, really anticipating that run.
They're going to pitch it around. This is going to be Hirschberger going around that left side, finding a little bit of space, but LCC, great job to close that one down. Only a pickup of a couple. That's going to bring up third down and long.
Yeah, it's a good job forcing that play inside. You can't see it on your screen. There we go. The tackler that comes in to make the play actually did a nice job just running parallel so that Hirschberger couldn't get the corner there.
Hirschberger wearing the number 3, just like his older brother Jacob, who wore number 3 here for Allen East and won all kinds of awards, all kinds of games. More importantly for the Allen East Mustangs in his time here. Now 3rd and 7. Play action. Jones looking across the middle, and the pass is intended for Hirschberger and is incomplete.
Really not a bad ball right through the seam right there. I think it went right through the hands of Hirschberger. But I like the pass play. I like the confidence. Jones threw it right to the hands of his receiver on his first attempt, and a lot of times that can kind of calm some nerves when you know, okay, there we go. I made a good pass. I know it was dropped, and that's going to happen, but you go back out the next drive knowing that you can get the job done.
And if you're Allen East, you want to demonstrate early on that, hey, I know we've got a new quarterback in, but we're not going to be afraid to throw the ball. We're not going to be afraid to try and stretch the defense as much as we can here early on. Here's a punt on 4th down and having trouble with it, and Hirschberger, Johnny on the spot to corral this one, and a big turnover in favor of Allen East.
Hey, listen, that was an unbelievable punt. That ball was in the air forever. We don't have a timer on it, but it goes over the head of the returner, Mylan Cohens, who's not able to bring it in as he's just trying to find where the ball's going to come down. My goodness, that is an incredible punt from Jackson Thompson right there.
Flipped the field and right back to the Mustangs. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what the hang time on that was. It was a few Mississippis for sure.
Absolutely. Literally in the air for about 80 yards.
Without a doubt, and that's going to put Allen East in the Path Donuts and Cream red zone tonight as a 3 and out. Gives them new life with the fumble.
My math is off. That's 60 yards, but either way, that's a big
That's
kick.
a long punt, yeah. That's not something you see very often at this level. And handoff, and McKee is right there blowing that one up. Miles McDormand, second leading rusher on this team, and he gets minus yardage there.
Yeah, McKee just super quick. You see the 2 right side offensive linemen pulling, and McKee on the backside just used his speed to get into the backfield and bring him down for a loss.
Going to lose 3 on that first down, so second down at the 20 is going to come up. And so far, LCC has been very stout defensively on the run. Hasn't been that many plays yet, but Allen East has not found a lot of purchase on the line yet.
Yeah, and interesting to see them here kind of take their time. They don't huddle up. They get back to the line. The signal comes in, and they all get the play. But the play clock down to 5 seconds here, so they're really trying to run that clock.
Jones rolling out, stops, lets it go. Pass is complete there at the 15-yard line down to the 13-yard line as Ethan Young brings that one in for a nice pickup.
Good patience from Jones there, and good job by the offensive line, giving him some time. Just rolls a little bit, finds his man wide open. That's a good pass, but there's a flag on the field.
Way back at the 29-yard line. And Allen East is moving back where it's going to be holding. So that's going to negate the previous play. And that'll make it second down and a bunch.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. And Sometimes you wonder when the quarterback does have that much time, what's going on the offensive line. And referee saw a hold, so Allen East backed up. But again, we've seen a couple passes here from Keegan Jones, and he's looking fairly comfortable.
Second down and 23 now. As Jones, he does not look like a guy who has never started at quarterback before. He is small sample size, but he's looked pretty good so far.
Right now,
and head coach Joel Billings is going to call timeout. Looks like there were some mixed signals there. Metzger Financial timeout. They'll talk this one over, and we'll talk it over as well. 8:56 remaining in the first quarter. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. And tonight's Red Zone sponsor is Pat Donuts and Cream. Visit any of our 4 area locations, including our new location at 600 South Cable Road next to LCC, open daily.
Right now, Jackson Thompson not on the field.
Was looking for the screen, instead going long. The pass is up and incomplete. Was looking for Hunter Nichols on that play, and that will bring up third down.
Jones needs to look to get the ball out a little bit sooner right there. It was a nice little fake bubble over on the left side, and he had 2 receivers basically against 1 defender, and the one in the seam was open, but just waited a second too long and let the safety come over and knock that one away. I like the play call, and again, I like the confidence from Jones just a little bit sooner on that pass.
So third down and a bunch. Interesting to see if this will be a 4-down territory situation. Jones flashing in trouble and is going to get sacked back at the 35. Coming in there on the pressure, Isaac Leppert in there on the stop getting the sack, and that's going to be third and a cruise ship coming up for Allen East.
Yeah, it's a really nice swim move to get outside of the tackle and come inside to make that sack, and really both defensive ends did a nice job there, and now we'll see a punting situation.
Try and pin him as deep as possible, and the last punt ended up with a turnover.
Well, we know he can kick it far. Now, can he be precise?
Right, exactly. Can he coffin this corner thing in? So Thompson, he's going to attempt exactly that, and this one is going to, not too bad. I think it's inside the 10. At least that's what it looks like from here. We'll see how the officials actually mark it.
Right at the 10, it looks like.
Yeah, maybe in between the...
Still waiting.
They're talking about it.
Yeah.
Moving it around. Looks like it's going to be at the 16-yard line. So right about the neighborhood where Allen East started that drive, and now LCC will come out for their first offensive drive of the evening. 7:35. The clock was running there for a while. Don't know if they're going to put time back on the clock or not. Parker in the gun, hand off to Matthew Quatman, and just like Allen East earlier, LCC not finding a lot of space to run on that play.
Well, taking a look at this offense, 319 yards per game, 4th in the Northwest Conference with that number. 177 of those yards are rushing, 141 are passing. We talked about Brady Parker already, 27 of 51 or 51, coming into this game, 424 through the air, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Quatman right there with that carry. He averages 111 per game right now at -1.
McDormand with the tackle on that play, thinking if I can't run, you can't either. Quick pitch out there. Mylan Cowens on the reception. First contact made by Cam Smith. I think he brought him down. Had some assistance there from Braylon Paxton, number 65.
Good play right there. Mylan Cowens, one of those guys that could be one of the role players we see step up. And right there, the defensive back just gave him some space, so Parker delivered that ball early, right before the defender could get there. I like to pitch and catch and make this a 3rd and manageable.
Third and short coming up for the T-Birds. Parker checking out the wrist. One man in the backfield, and it's going to be a handoff on 3rd down. It's going to be Quatman. Quatman finds a seam out across the 45, across midfield, and down at the 48-yard line. That's going to be good for a Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down.
Yeah, and actually the Mustangs blitzed right in the gap where that run came through, but the linebacker over pursued, and it gave Quatman some space to run up the field. Not often you see a guy's helmet come off like that without a penalty, but either way, they're into Allen East territory up to the 48-yard line. I like that play, and again, Quatman leading rusher on this team, and you can see the wheels as soon as he saw some space. He got right up the field.
T-Birds in plus territory at the Allen East 48, 1st and 10. Halfway through this first quarter. And Parker looking, double pumps, pass complete. Lawson Flores tiptoes out of bounds at around the 29-yard line. Good for a Pats first down.
There's a flag in the backfield. Really nice job by Parker right there as he wanted to go deep and kind of pulled it down and just off balance threw a little floater out there to the 30-yard line. We'll see what the penalty is.
Whatever it's going to be declined, it looks like.
Yeah, likely a defensive
East.
holding. It looked like that receiver on the near side, just a little post route, and he was grabbed on his way through.
Indeed, you're right. So defensive holding, it'll be declined. And Thunderbirds are still in business. Ball on the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Parker looking to throw, is going to take off up the middle and picks up a nice gain out to the 24, around 23-yard line before he's tackled.
Smart play, but it's good to see that LCC not afraid to pass the ball. They've dropped back to pass quite a few times. It's a good run there by Parker, though.
Checking it out on the East Side Insurance Incident Replay, 2nd down and 4.
Parker's got some good size to him as well. Good height, able to see over that offensive line. It's always a benefit for a quarterback. I think he can sling it too, man. I like watching him let it loose.
Here's the handoff to Quatman on 2nd down and 4. And that is going to be good enough for a first down. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken first down, and they're in the Pat Donuts and Cream red zone. No wonder I'm hungry after calling these
No
games.
kidding. Thanks to all our sponsors helping us keep the ship afloat. On first down here in the red zone, playbook's pretty wide open. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take a shot to the end zone, but the same hand, wouldn't be surprised to see him do exactly this.
It's going to be a Quatman going left again. Nice stiff arm, stays in bounds at the 11-yard line, I think is where he went out. That's where they will mark him out. Nice pick up there on the ground.
That flag came out, 19-yard line, right in the area of holding. I love that stiff arm, though. Big, strong back is Quatman. The referee will come give us a signal, but it looks like they're already marking the yards off against LCC.
Everybody's heading back. So there's the official signal.
Couple penalties for both teams here early on. Quick moving first quarter.
That'll move the ball back. Indeed it is. One of the things that we talked about off air was there could be a lot of running in this game, and that could have the clock moving most of the contest. On 1st and 20, another flag's going to come out. It'll be a false start against LCC, so it'll make it 1st and 25.
Yeah, Cowan's on the far side, just jumped a little too early. So 15 yards on 2 consecutive penalties. 1st and 25, and now you look at the playbook and think, we're going to need to get a chunk of this back. Maybe keep it in the air. We'll see.
So they were in the Pats red zone. Now they are at the 32-yard line. A lot of ground to cover. 1st and 25. Parker is going to keep it up the middle. Is going to get a bunch of it back and spun down at the 10-yard line. He was spun down by Hunter Nichols and got a chunk of that yardage back.
Well, and right here you see the benefit of having so many playmakers on your offense. Brady Parker can fake a pitch out to a quick Mylan Cowens, a quick Michael Quatman, a quick Matthew Quatman, and right there the defense says we don't want that run to go to the outside, and they all kind of over-pursue that way and open up the gap for Parker inside. I like the play call from LCC, keeping this defense guessing.
22-yard gain on the play makes it 2nd down and 3. Under 3.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Citizens National Bank first quarter. And there's going to be another move there on the right side, so that'll back them up 5 more yards, 2nd down and 8.
3 penalties and just 1 play in the last minute here. Not a good look for LCC, but somehow it's still just 2nd down and 8.
They've had a couple of long runs that have really sustained this drive. Only 8 to go here, as you said, on 2nd down. Parker's going to keep this one on 2nd down, follows his blockers, and is held down until he's tackled as he gets to the 6. Looks like he's going to have the Lee's first down, or be close to it at least. Here's the east side replay.
I think they were trying to run that same play. You could see both backs motioning out to the right side, and one of them even put his hands up, and that snap was right to the left hip of Parker. He wasn't really able to either fake that pitch or make it if he was supposed to, and I like the play. He just pulls it down, he goes up, and it looks like he does get the first down. Yeah, he does indeed. So 1st and goal on a nice play by Parker.
So they do get it. And that will make it, as you said, Evan, 1st and goal. T-Birds looking to strike first in this Northwest Conference matchup.
Now it's a tight formation.
Hands off to Quatman, is going to burrow up the middle, still on his feet, dragging guys into the end zone for a Fat Jacks touchdown.
His 4th of the year, as you see him right here. Nice little step through. He's able to break 1 tackle and then drag 2 defenders into the end zone. A really nice rush right there from a really good runner.
Jackson Thompson, Cam Smith, Ethan Young, all with opportunities to get him, and Quatman would not be denied as he puts up the first 6 points of this contest.
That's a big score for LCC. A pretty long drive. Started at about the 7-minute mark. Able to get all the way down the field and score after the initial fumble on the first punt of the game. So a good response from the offense.
Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. LCC strikes first with 2:27 left in the first quarter. The T-Birds are up 7-0. Welcome back. Tonight's touchdown sponsor is Fat Jack's Pizza. Get the Fat Jack's Pizza before or after the game and enjoy their delicious pizza, fun games, and ice-cold drinks. And tonight's premier sponsor is R.D. Jones Excavating. Serving your excavating needs for over 50 years, visit R.D. Jones Excavating online to set up your next excavation project for your home or business. Good luck to all area athletes, and go Mustangs. LCC moving the ball down the field, scoring the first touchdown of the game, and now Allen East will get back to work after the kick return down to the 40-yard line. Nice return there by Deacon Jones.
Yeah, nice and patient right there. A guy that doesn't normally receive kicks. He's in that 2nd row from the back and able to pick that one up, and a nice patient run out to the right side. Let a few things open up, and ultimately getting up to the 40-yard line. Good starting field position, but again, LCC trying to keep that ball away from the dangerous returner Hirschberger.
Trying to keep it away from the Ethans and gave it to a Deacon instead. Still got a good return out of it. Now we'll have a Keegan at quarterback.
Thompson lined up behind him. Only played a couple plays in the first drive for Allen East.
Lined up at running back, and he will get the ball again here on first down and is going absolutely nowhere. Leppert once again back there in on the stop. And Allen East has not found a lot of room to run so far.
No, and Coach Palte actually told us before the game one of his keys for his defense is to win the line of scrimmage. And right now they are getting into the backfield as soon as that ball is snapped and making it really tough for Allen East to do anything. So it's early, but mission accomplished so far, winning that battle of the line of scrimmage.
Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 12 coming up. I'm sure everybody will feel a little better once the sun goes down. A lot of Allen East guys having to really look into the sun there on the sideline. Here's Jones and trying to bring that one in as Hunter Nichols almost one-hands it, and it'll be third down.
Much better job protecting Jones right there by the offensive line, and you could see they actually left Thompson in the backfield to help block as well. He didn't end up having to block anyone. They only brought 4, but unfortunately a drop brings up 3rd and long.
Ball just shy of the 40 there at the 38-yard line. 94 seconds remaining in the Citizens National Bank first quarter. Jones back to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Is going to take off and run with it now. Trying to make a guy miss. Out to the 44-yard line. Nice hand tackle there by Xavier Purnell, number 16.
Yeah, he had some time there. No receivers open downfield, so he pulls it down and run. You can see the ball kind of come out away from his body on the tackle. Got to be careful there, but he holds on. Still 4th down, and now we'll see Thompson booted away again. And look, as an offense or as a team, you don't want to punt the ball away, but I really enjoy watching him kick, so we'll take it.
He's had a couple of nice punts so far. It'll be Thompson's 3rd punt. Gets this one away, a little bit more of a bullet, and is that going to hang up? How about that for a turn? Allen, he's going to down it at the 5.
Well, that time, about a 60-yard punt, ends up down at the 4-yard line. So, again, that's 3 really good punts from Thompson so far tonight, but LCC will come out and take over. A really good drive their last time down the field. A couple penalties pushed them backward, but they were able to overcome and score a touchdown, and the drive lasted about 5 minutes. Only the 2nd time they've touched the football on offense, though, here in the first quarter with just 40 seconds left.
Took them a while to actually get their hands on the ball in the first quarter, but they took advantage of it, scored on their first drive, as you said, and now are set up for their second drive with 40 seconds to go here in this first quarter of action. A lot of space to cover, fakes the handoff, pass over the middle, complete at the 20-yard line. Michael Quatman bringing that one in for Lee's first down.
Nice little quick pass here. They get the linebacker to bite a little bit on the fake, and the seam opens up. They complete the pass. It's one way to get away from the shadow of your own end zone.
Called an LCC game a couple weeks ago. They played Delphos St. John's, and it's been fun to see. And the small sample size is only 1 quarter of action, but already I can tell that Brady Parker has grown as a quarterback. He looks more comfortable back there. He seems like he has more of a command of the offense than he did just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and it's not surprising to see him play like this, right? He's again a guy that's had somebody in front of him that's not been too bad, that he probably has had a lot of conversations with, and now a chance to shine himself, and he's doing quite well.
That is the end of the first quarter. They'll flip sides, and we'll be right back. It's 7-0 LCC here on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's second quarter sponsor is Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cmbOhio.com. And tonight's first down sponsor is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens. 7-0 LCC on top of Allen East. We are here at Goodwin Field for this Northwest Conference matchup. Patrick Hamler, Evan Skilder here in the press box, getting the sun from both sides. I don't know if it still counts for vitamin D, but here we are. The pitch out to Lawson Flores there on first down.
Good open field tackle there. You see him on the screen. Deacon Jones coming up and just making a leg tackle, dropping the runner for just a gain of 1. T-Birds, though, we've seen them fake that play a couple times, that little quick pitch to the outside. That time they actually send it out. And, again, you don't get a lot of yards, but you're keeping the defense honest. You're showing them, yeah, you do have to respect these fakes and these play-action plays.
LCC with a lot of luck moving the ball on the ground here so far. It's going to be Quatman again on second down and weaving his way through the defense with a nice gain, and looks like he's going to have enough for Lee's first down.
A big hole on the left side there, and Quatman has such good vision, right? It doesn't need to be a big hole for him to find it and get through, but right there, great job by the left side of the offensive line, creating some space for him and letting him find that extra gear to get upfield for the first down.
And the second level vision he's had has been really good too. Like he's been past the line, and you also see him making cuts and moving through the defensive, the linebacker, secondary, that kind of thing, to get those extra yards. Ball out on the 33. Parker back to pass. Going long, looking for Cowens, and incomplete. Coverage provided by Ethan Young.
That play was a design shot. They knew exactly what they were going to do on that play. Parker didn't look anywhere other than Cowens and just wanted him to make a play. And that's a tough one. Cowens kind of came to the inside as the ball was on the outside shoulder. And to try to make that adjustment is really tough when the ball's coming over the head. So a tough one there. But, again, you like to see the confidence, and you like to see them just opening up and sending the ball deep.
So Parker taking some more shots than he did a couple of weeks ago. That continued confidence that he's building as the quarterback of the T-Birds. And now 2nd down and 10. Man in motion. That man's going to get the ball. Pitch to Flores. Flores showing off the speed and getting some nice blocks on the right side down to the 41-yard line. Lee's first down and a nice pickup.
Yeah, this is a really good play here because what they're able to do is get Matthew Quatman out as a lead blocker. And right there, he doesn't even make the block, but what he does is get in the way of the defender, and that creates another 10 yards for Flores to run through. So a really good play, really good lead blocking. And, again, the LCC T-Birds doing a nice job moving the football efficiently.
26-yard pickup on that play brings up a fresh set of sticks for the T-Birds. And Allen East looking for some answers to try and stop this running attack for the T-Birds tonight. And this is Parker up the middle, fighting for additional yards. Picks up about 3 or 4 on that carry.
Yeah, and good strength there from Parker. I mean, he was wrapped up right around the line of scrimmage and still able to get forward for 3 yards. I know it's not a ton, but you're still going forward. If you're Allen East, if you get to wrap him up, you have to bring him down right away because they'll start eating away at this clock and at this field, and it'll be tough to get the ball back offensively.
So this may not be a game where you see a ton of plays, pass plays, big pass plays, things like that. Team trying to close a gap quickly. But we'll see. We'll see how this one turns out. 2nd down and 7. The pitch to Quatman, Michael Quatman. Turns on the Jets there on the far side and is pushed out of bounds at around the 19-yard line. Another Lee's first down, and they're in the Pats red zone.
Hey, same thing, just the other way. And, again, you see Quatman out there lead blocking, and they're able to, or Michael Quatman, is the one running the ball. Matthew Quatman in front of him lead blocking, and it's just a well-designed play, right? You're able to speed to the outside, use those wheels of those athletes.
LCC has been doing that quite well so far. They've been able to beat the Allen East defenders to the edges, and they have made it pay dividends. And a flag's going to come out.
Another false start penalty.
False start against LCC.
I mean, as a coach, you obviously don't like penalties, but they've responded so well to every penalty they've had so far today. That's a small setback, 5 yards, moving the ball so efficiently.
Set on their scoring drive, they had a 1st and 25 at one point, and for most teams, that's it. That's a drive killer, but they punched it in, got 7 points.
It went from 1st and 25 to 2nd and 2 in one play.
Right, yeah.
Really well done.
That's all you need to do, just pull out those 23-yard runs that you've got in the playbook.
Yeah, that'll work, actually.
But yeah, exactly.
No question.
1st and 15. This is Quatman up the middle.
And again, a lot of motion before the play, and they're doing so many different things, right? They're sending a pitch out to the left, pitch out to the right. You see Parker keep it sometimes and go up the seam. That time, just a quick little dive from Quatman, and it picks up a quick 4 yards.
And really, along with that, what you're seeing with that speed is that Allen East can't stack the box inside, so those inside runs continue to work because they have to honor the speed that LCC has shown on the outside, even in a bunch formation like this.
Absolutely.
Parker scrambling is going to toss this one up and finds Quatman for a Fat Jacks touchdown. Michael Quatman.
And that's a broken play at the beginning of this. Quatman on the right side of your screen, he actually trips. You can't see it on the screen there. He trips. They're just trying to run that quick hot pass. He gets up and he's able to find space, and Parker just has to float it to the end zone. That's a really good touchdown, but the defensive backfield, I wonder if him falling caused them to fall asleep a little bit, because once he got up, he found plenty of space.
Yeah. Now Parker just put it right in that open space right there in the middle of the end zone, and you see Quatman go right to it, make a nice play, and that makes it 13-0 LCC.
Matthew Quatman will kick the extra point.
And the kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:16 remaining in the first half, it's a 14-0 lead for Lima Central Catholic. We're back after this on WOSN. Welcome back. Eastside Insurance is tonight's instant replay sponsor, dedicated to providing the best insurance protection at the most reasonable price to as many people as possible. And tonight's presenting sponsor is Spallinger Millwright Services, proud to support the Allen East Mustangs. The team at SMS offers quality products from fabrication to installation, located on Hanthorne Road and online at spallinger.com. Lima Central Catholic takes the ball. Remember, that drive started at the 4-yard line, 96 yards. And they put 7 more points on the board, and it's 14-0 LCC, as Ethan Young will return this one to the 25-yard line.
Well, both LCC drives unofficially lasted around 5 minutes, so out of the time played in this game, they've had the ball for 10 minutes. That's over, well over half the game, right? And Allen East just hasn't been super efficient on offense. Obviously, you want to score. You want to respond, but I think you also need to find some momentum for your offense and have an efficient, kind of stretched out drive here if possible. I'd like to see them maybe keep the ball on the ground, but that offensive line has their work cut out for them, as we've seen.
Yeah, so far the ground game hasn't been there for Allen East. The defense for LCC has been stout up the middle. So it'll be interesting to see what tricks or plays, whatever head coach Joel Billings will call out. They're going to go to the air here on first down, and it's going to be a scramble as Jones tucks and runs out to the 34-yard line. So good start if you're a Mustang fan.
Yeah, no question. And right there, the T-Birds just brought 4 linemen, and you see that space on the left side opened up, but it actually ended up being the right side that Jones saw, and a good job pulling that down, and actually gave him enough for the first down.
So, yeah, indeed, they will give him 10 yards, and that will be a Lee's first down. Thought he might have been a yard short of that, but...
Yeah, I was with you on that.
Yeah.
And again, you see Allen East, they get to the line, they don't huddle up, but they still take their time, right? Some people are used to that no-huddle offense being a quick offense, a fast-paced offense, but right now the play clock all the way down to 15, so they're definitely working the clock.
Here's Thompson on first down. See him running with some intensity there, but LCC just all over him there, is in on the stop. I'm going to say Carson Hefner, Mylan Cowens, and some of their friends in there on the stop for that one. Be about a 2-yard gain.
Thompson, as we talked about at the top of the broadcast, second in the NWC in rushing yards. 51 rushes, 115 yards per game, 346 yards total. That was only his 3rd carry of the night.
Influenced, no doubt, by him not playing quarterback.
Sure, and he's got some extra work on the defensive end, which you have to manage the workload a little bit. It's understandable.
Jones back to pass. Lets this one go looking for Hirschberger, just a little outside.
Had great time right there, but he just kind of stayed on his back foot. Didn't really push forward and keep that ball low. That's what causes the ball to sail when you're kind of throwing off your back foot and you don't get that weight balanced and shifted into the front foot.
I said otherwise Hirschberger had some room to go, but instead it's an incomplete pass and 3rd down and 8. See if the Mustangs can keep this drive alive on 3rd and long. Jones steps up, looking to throw, and does. Pass is complete at the 46-yard line. Good for Lee's first down as Ethan Young brings that one in.
Hey, and again, the offensive line up for the task. They give him some time, and Jones does a nice job finding space and maneuvering around the pocket and buying some time. And when you buy that much time for your receivers to get away from their assignment, that good things happen, and a good first down there to move into LCC territory.
And you know, Keegan Jones has a certain level of comfort that looks like he is in there in the pocket and making throws. It doesn't look like this is his first time.
Oh, definitely some confidence.
Take this one and just looking for something, and he gets a couple of yards as that looked like it was going to be a loss, and Jones able to take it for a gain of about 3, I believe.
Yeah, and a read option right there. Jones waited basically to the last second to pull that ball out of the gut of the runner, and a good decision too. That defensive end kind of biting down on the runner. Jones able to get outside of him and got forward for 2. He had to work pretty hard though to get that outside and get forward.
So a 2-yard gain. Ball on the 45, 2nd down and 8. Jones had time. Now he's flushed out. Taken off, and he breaks the tackle out to the 35-yard line before he is brought down. That's going to be good for a Lee's first down.
Hey, listen, this is a big-time play from the young man. He spins away from a defender. He fakes out 2. He gets upfield. Watch him plant his foot right there and completely fake out a defensive back as he gets upfield. That's a big boy play right there. That's a good quarterback and a good pickup.
Shades of, well, insert your running quarterback. I'll go with Justin Fields for a minute.
I was going to go Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel, okay.
Prime Johnny.
Prime Johnny Manziel.
Either way.
College
nice
Johnny, yeah.
There you go.
Jones in trouble, just tosses this one up and passes complete. And again, thought that was going to be a loss. Instead, it throws it up, and Thompson comes down with it, picks up about 6.
Looked like the Mustangs trying to set up a screen right there, and the defenders got back there quickly, and those are some tall guys, right? So Jones had to work hard to get that ball up and over them to the receiver, and that's a tough play as well, but a good job completing it and a good first down play, picking up 5 or maybe 4. Bring up 2nd and 6.
Noticing that Johnny McKee is out of the game for LCC. I don't think he's been in the entire drive. Of course, not mattering on that particular play. Getting in there, Caden Falke getting in the TFL.
Yeah, Falke, a run blitz right there. Comes from the middle linebacker spot right through the A-gap and brings down the ball carrier right away. Really nice play call there from LCC on 2nd down. Drops him back to 3rd and 9.
East side replay bringing it all in. As you said, a 3rd and long coming up for Allen East.
And we talked about it before this drive. We wanted to see them have a nice sustained drive. They're at about 4 minutes now. Clock keeps ticking, and they're nice and patient. Play clock, under 10, down to 5.
Here's Jones. Rolling to his left. Lets this one go, looking long for Hirschberger, and can't bring it in his hands, and then out, incomplete. Mylan Cowan's in there on the coverage. Here's the east side replay of it.
And after a tough drive for the offensive line the first time out, they've done a really nice job here giving Jones time. Obviously, he's doing a nice job buying some extra time getting outside of the pocket, but he did have plenty of time there and delivered a really nice pass to Hirschberger. It hit him in the hands, hit him in the head. It's kind of a tough catch to make. That's understandable, but still a really good, confident, nice throw. And now a 4th and 9.
We're going to have a flag, actually. That's penalty is going to be declined. I think it was an eligible man downfield.
I thought that's what I heard as well, but I missed it.
I saw the signal. So in any case, they're going to decline the penalty, and they'll make it 4th and 9.
And I think the Mustangs want to talk about this. They're going to take a timeout.
Metzger Financial Services timeout. And we will step away. 14-0 LCC here on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And the Red Zone sponsor is Pat's Donuts and Cream. Visit any of our 4 area locations, including our new location at 600 South Cable Road next to LCC, open daily.
I like that timeout from Allen East. You can't take them with you. You only have a couple minutes left here in the half. It's 4th and 9. It's kind of a big 4th and 9, too. So a good job taking a timeout. Talk to your team. Get them calmed down a little bit. Make sure everyone's on the same page. But now all of a sudden they're going to shift a wide receiver from the right to the left. It looks like they got a little confused coming out of the huddle.
Nichols moving over. So they'll have trips left. Going to go for it here on 4th and 9. Jones back to pass. Pass is complete. So Nichols gets the football, and he is going to get enough for the Lee's first down. So gambling on fourth down, and it pays off for the Mustangs.
Well, and they might have actually moved him over because of something they saw in the defense, because he comes over from the right to the left, right in the slot. He's the one that catches the ball as well, right? He comes out, finds some space in the defense, just sits down where they give him the space, catches it, falls forward for the first down. And again, this drive continues. Allen East looking good, looking efficient, and running some time off that clock.
Mustangs keep the drive alive. 1st and 10, ball on the 20 in the Pats red zone. Jones pressured, rolling to his right, pass intercepted at the 10-yard line. And LCC coming up with their first turnover of the game.
And that's a really good defensive play. I didn't see the number, but you'll see the man was open for a second, and looks like number 16.
That's going to be Xavier Purnell.
And Purnell was actually up a couple steps and noticed the eyes of the quarterback, Jones, and took a couple steps back right where he was about to throw it. A good pick, and LCC takes over. And look, Allen East has to be frustrated, right? You never like to turn the ball over, especially not near the red zone. But it was a nice sustained drive. We saw some good things. We saw maybe some confidence instilled in this offense. Now, the defense needs to come up big before halftime, but I think there's some stuff you can take away from that drive.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're right. And for the defense, as you mentioned, really the last thing that they want to have happen at this point is to go down 3 scores. We'll see if they can get the stop. Meanwhile, LCC looking to advance their lead. Flores showing off that speed once again out past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the east side replay.
And watch this block from Quatman. Nice big, puts a shoulder right into the linebacker, knocks him down, propels his guy forward for a couple extra yards. And Flores has looked good tonight, too, on some of those outside runs, getting up the field, following his blockers, and doing his job. Again, one of those role players doing a nice job here in this game.
Lee's first down, and it's now a ball at the 23-yard line. 3:21 to go in the first half. LCC up 14, looking for more. Flores in motion, fakes the pitch. Parker looking, going long, looking for Quatman.
Ooh, they got away with one there.
Going to say was looking for a flag on that one. Jackson Friesner, number 2 on the coverage, holding his hands up, pleading his innocence, and, well, it's only a foul if the referee throws his flag.
And hey, I'm sometimes critical of referees, but in that case, I looked at both referees when the play happened. One was behind the play and wouldn't have been able to see that hand, and one was off to the side and probably had his vision blocked too, right? And so sometimes you can't call what you don't see, right? And
exactly.
I don't fault them
right
there, and I really don't think it was a poor defensive play either, right? The defensive back stayed close to the wide receiver. If he got a fistful of jersey, maybe, but still a good job staying with his man.
2nd and 10. Pitch going out. This is Michael. Out to the 25. Pickup of about 2. Bring up 3rd down and long for the T-Birds.
Better job containing that outside. They forced Quatman to come inside that time instead of giving him the edge. And that one only goes for 2 yards rather than 15 to 20 like we've seen on that play most of the night.
Mustangs looking like they're making the adjustments on defense, and now a pivotal 3rd down and 7. Another opportunity for Allen East to get some confidence defensively to see if they can get LCC off the field. 3rd and long. Parker back to pass, is going to sling it down the middle again, and this time it's Cowens, and it is incomplete. Once again, kind of that same thing we talked about earlier, Evan, that just not getting the positioning right.
Yeah, that's twice he's gotten behind the defense, but he's turned to the inside when the ball's to the outside, and that's a really hard adjustment to make, as we've said. I like the idea. I like going deep to a playmaker like Cowens. He had 7 catches, 96 yards coming into this game, but just not able to connect with him yet. And hey, Allen East now a chance to return a kick. We talked about Hirschberger, the returner, 4 returns this year, 96 yards and a touchdown.
I think most proficient punt returner in the conference, I believe, and he's going to call for a fair catch at the 35. And that is contact there, but no flag.
Okay, all right. Well, it was not hard contact. I'll give him that. So here we go. Allen East will start from the 35-yard line, 2:27. They do have, well, it says 1 on the board. I might have missed one. Either way, not all 3 timeouts, but a passing offense that started to look a little more efficient and a little more comfortable on their last drive.
Mustangs with one timeout, as you said, 2:27 to play with. And can they keep the momentum that they did build, even though their last drive ended with an interception? Obviously, you don't want to do that. But as you said, a lot of positive things happened for them on that last drive. Can they string some of those together and put 7 on the board before halftime? We are about to find out.
Couple claps, little hard count to see how the defense reacts. Look over to the sideline to see what coach thinks. Play clock down to 8.
A little bit of an adjustment there, and we're going to have a Metzger Financial Services timeout as Allen East is going to take their last timeout. So we will take it as well. 2:27 remaining in the first half. It's LCC up 14 on WOSN. Back to action here on first down, and still staying in bounds. Thought that he was going to go out of bounds, but Ethan Woodruff staying in there. I'm sorry, that's Hunter Nichols staying in, getting the Lee's first down. So Allen East coming back quickly out of the timeout and taking care of business here as they are on the move with 2:18 remaining in the first half. Ball at the 40-yard line.
Good play there. And sorry for the delay. That timeout ended up being a little bit quicker than most timeouts. Honestly, not quite sure what happened out on the field, but either way, a nice job here by Allen East on that play, getting a big gain and a first down, getting to the outside.
Wasting no time. Here is Jones. Back to pass. Letting this one go. Looking long for Nichols, and the pass swatted away there. Michael Quatman playing some nice defense. Center field stops that pass. Here's the east side replay.
Yeah, I like that from Quatman, too. A lot of times you'll see guys try to go up and pick the ball off and miss it right there. Quatman said, I'm just going to make sure I'm going to knock this ball away. We're going to just kill the play and move to second down.
Well, they tell you to knock it down. That's what he did right there.
That's right.
Second down and 10. Jones getting the signals from the sideline. And Jones rolling out. Second down, going back the other way. Dumps it off. Nice check down by him and trying to get a few yards. Gets about 6 as Deacon Jones makes the catch. Third down.
Right there. Nothing on the right side where they wanted to go, so he just finds the space rolling back to the left and gets his man coming down the left side. Deacon.
Back quickly and to the line, trying to get to the 30-yard line, which is what they needed for a first down. And I don't know if McDormand got it.
Got him down 1 yard short.
Yeah, about a yard short. So fourth down. And Allen East is going to go for it. 1:25 left in the first half. Trying to keep this drive going. And LCC is going to call a timeout. Metzger Financial Services timeout.
Good timeout there. We talked about a timeout for Allen East earlier on a fourth down on offense. This time LCC wanted to make sure on fourth down and 1 they don't do anything silly. So they call a timeout. They try to get on the same page. And I imagine the Mustangs might think about a pass here, right? Fourth down and 1.
Right.
Only 1:20 left on the clock. I know you want to get the first down, but you also might be able to catch the defense sleeping, expecting a run and maybe going over the top.
And sometimes you take this, or you come out of the timeout and you're going to go for it and you think, okay, well, maybe we'll punt. I don't know if Allen East is going to really consider that simply because of the situation they're in the game. They want to try and keep the football. They want to try and put points on the board here before the half. And that looks like that's what they're going to try and do. They're not going to decide to punt it.
4 down linemen and the linebackers kind of split as this spread formation creates some space in the middle of the field. Only one linebacker in the box. Might keep it on the ground. Nope.
Back to pass on fourth down. Going to dump this one off to Hirschberger. Hirschberger has the first down and then some. Out to the 20, keeping up, cutting it back inside and down at the 6-yard line. Lee's first down, and they are back in the Pats red zone.
That's a really smart play right there. Hirschberger just goes underneath while all the other receivers sprint deep like they're going to throw a deep pass to the end zone. It caused the whole defense to give space right past the offensive line in that early area, and now they're going to go quickly on the ground, and they're in for the score.
And there it is, a Fat Jacks touchdown, and Allen East is on the board as Miles McDormand hits pay dirt here on the east side replay.
Third touchdown of the year from Miles McDormand, and I love that response from Allen East. You throw an interception right near the end zone, you get the ball back, and you go down and you score right before halftime to cut the lead in half. That was a really good drive from the Mustangs, and you're going to start to feel that momentum in the locker room when you're talking at halftime.
And a great response by Allen East. A quarter to half of this first half, really, this offense didn't look like they were going to be able to do much, hadn't done very much, and then had the long drive, ended with interception, and then they're able to punch this one in and put 7 points on the board, and a completely different complexion to halftime so far. 58 seconds to go here in the first half. It's 14-7 now. LCC still on top. We're back after this on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's first down sponsor is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphos, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, where home style happens. And tonight's premier sponsor is R.D. Jones Excavating, serving your excavating needs for over 50 years. Visit R.D. Jones Excavating online to set up your next excavation project for your home or business. Good luck to all area athletes, and go Mustangs.
So now the T-Birds will get the ball back, 58 seconds on the clock. It'll be interesting to see what they do. You'd expect a team maybe just kind of head to the locker room content with a 7-point lead, but they've had Cowens open deep a couple times, and they've almost connected with him, right? So you feel like they're only a couple passes away from striking it big. So we'll see what they end up doing.
Cowens will return, stretching the field out, and Hirschberger right there for the wrap-up at the 23-yard line. Here's the east side replay of it. As he tried to stretch this one out, Hirschberger just really having the angle there and not letting him get any additional yardage.
Textbook tackle there too, right? Get the head in front, get right into the hip, bring him down. So LCC will start from the 24-yard line. The passing offense hasn't looked terrible, but it's really been the running game that has kept this engine moving.
You know, going back to something you just said earlier, I'm not a coach or anything, but I look at it. There's been a couple near misses, as you said, from Parker to Cowens. Time running down. Allen East can't stop the clock. I've got a 7-point lead. I would take at least one shot just to see that, to see if it's there. Give my guys another opportunity to make a play and make something happen before the half.
Well, and even if you just complete it and don't score, you still see or feel that momentum and feel that pride.
Right. Hand off to Quatman on first down, out to the 30. Ball across to the 31-yard line.
And they will not have to run another play, I do not believe.
You are correct. They don't have to run another one if they don't want to.
Looking over to Coach Paulty. Some of the coaches are moving toward.
Some of the coaches are heading to the locker room, so.
Well, maybe not.
They're going to try one more, maybe.
Maybe it's the defensive coach that's headed that way, huh?
Maybe. Hand off one more time to Quatman on the right side. Tripped up. Going to get a Lee's first down. Clock will stop while they move the sticks. And looks like LCC looks like they're moving in the locker room, so it looks like this might be it. And indeed, that will be it for the first half of action. Lima Central Catholic with the lead heading into the locker room, 14-7. Halftime activities coming up when we come back. Keep it here on WOSN. Halftime at Goodwin Field here between LCC and Allen East. Tonight's halftime adjustment sponsor is the State Bank. Contact the State Bank for all your banking and financial services needs. Visit yourstatebank.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Patrick Handler, Evan Skilleter here as we bring you the action. We are in the press box right now, LCC with a 14-7 lead and what has been a very entertaining matchup. And as we look for what each team is talking about at halftime, what do we think the adjustment is for each team? What do they need to do to come out with a win here in the second half?
Well, I think for LCC, they need to see that this passing game is really starting to take off for Allen East, right? And they are only sending most plays 4 down linemen into the defensive backfield. I think they need to put more pressure on Keegan Jones. I know he's doing a nice job rolling, but he has way too much time to pass. So I think you need to be disruptive back there. It's a young quarterback. Maybe knock him off his game a little bit, get him out of rhythm, and slow this offense down because, again, those last 2 drives of the half for Allen East, they moved the ball really, really well. And now for Allen East, look, LCC is getting a ton of yardage on the outside, on outside runs, these quick pitches. So I think what they need to do is just force everything inside and kind of slow this defense down. Now, I understand that's a lot harder to do than it is to say, right? Because as soon as you start to force things inside, well, you're missing guys inside to make the stop, right? So they need to figure out a way, maybe get those defensive ends to get outside a little bit wider, force things inside toward the linebacker, but they really need to take care of the outsides and to slow LCC down.
Interesting matchup that we've seen here so far. Keegan Jones starting at quarterback for Jackson Thompson. They had to move Thompson around a little bit because of some injuries Alan East had. And so far, Keegan Jones has, I wouldn't say better than advertised because he wasn't advertised to be a quarterback, but he's done really well navigating the Alan East offense here in the first half.
Yeah, and a lot of times when you see a young guy get his first start, you see those happy feet. You see a guy that isn't comfortable in the pocket, isn't comfortable making big throws down the field, maybe a little bit passive. Man, he has done a really nice job. He's comfortable maneuvering around the pocket. He's comfortable getting to the outside and scrambling, but he's always keeping his eyes downfield. Again, a sign of a mature quarterback when you are running and you're able to see the field and you're able to connect with receivers that are open. I'm really impressed by him in this first half, and I'm excited to see him continue that in the second half.
Should be an exciting second half. LCC will get the football to start the second half, as that is our halftime adjustment brought to you by the State Bank. Third quarter action coming up when we come back. It's LCC 14, Allen East 7 here on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And our third quarter sponsor is Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com. Third quarter just about ready to get started, about a minute away here in the broadcast booth. He's Evan, I'm Patrick. Looking forward to a great third quarter. Hopefully it'll be as entertaining, probably will be as entertaining as our first half was.
Yeah, absolutely. We started to see both teams really start to come into their own, especially offensively there at the end of the half. LCC really methodical throughout the half, but really, I guess I should have said Allen East is the team that really started to put it together, right? They cut that lead in half right before halftime. We talked about it. They're going to have some momentum going in. They're going to have some stuff to look at to say, hey, this is what works. This is what we're going to stick with. But we talked about those adjustments. If LCC can get that pressure into the defensive backfield, they could really make things tough on Allen East, but it'll be the T-Birds on offense to start.
As you said, LCC will get the ball first, and of course LCC looking to maintain and keep those long drives that they really had a lot of success with in the first half. And for Allen East, they were able to get a stop defensively. They need to get more. They need to build some momentum, just like they did offensively. They really need to build that momentum defensively and show that it wasn't just a fluke, it wasn't just a one-off, that they actually can put the clamps on this LCC defense.
Yep, and they've had
offense, rather.
Yeah, right. They've had a halftime to decide how they're going to try to attack that run to the outside. How are you going to stop that, right? Mm-hmm. And we talked about it during the adjustments. Maybe you just have those defensive ends try to contain and just keep everything inside, funnel it in. But LCC's quick. They have a lot of quick guys that have made it really tough to seal that edge. And so we'll see what happens here to start the half. But either way, it's been a great football game, and I don't expect that to change here in the second.
Absolutely not. Looking forward to another terrific 24 minutes of football as we are just about ready to kick this one off for the third quarter. And something else to mention, too, LCC has missed on some of those long pass plays. Otherwise, it could be a lot bigger of a deficit as that ball will be fielded around the 23-yard line, so giving LCC the field right there. Perhaps not the start Scott Paulty was looking for.
Right, yeah, I was just trying to replay that in my head. If that ball would have gone out of bounds, it would have been a penalty, and they would have gotten the ball at the 35 rather than the 21. So something they'll certainly address, but either way, offense comes out, and looks like they'll stay in that shotgun formation. Imagine they'll just keep doing what they do until Allen East can stop it.
Ready to go for the third quarter. It's going to be Parker faking the pitch and keeping it once again as he is out to the 29-yard line. Here's the east side replay of it.
Well, see, and on this play again, we talked about it. You see the defensive end go up the field to try to force things inside. Well, Parker just kept the ball and took over the space that defensive end left behind him. And so, again, it's so hard to stop an offense that's this quick and can get to the outside, because the second you try to stop it, there's going to open some field, or you're going to open some field on the inside.
Levi Nichols in on the stop, 2nd down and 1. Playbook opens up for the T-Birds. And it's going to be Quatman again, showing that speed across the 25. That's going to be good for to the 35 rather, good for a Lee's first down.
Yeah, and both Quatmans have really good vision that time. Michael on the carry just kind of kept his eyes on the line, and as soon as he saw some space, he put his foot in the ground, cut up the field, and we've talked about that burst that both of them possess. It's really fun to watch. They get up for the first down.
And that's something that LCC has had consistently over the last, say, going back at least a decade, is that they've got a couple of those really quick guys on offense, and they can make those kind of plays.
Now he's wide open.
Parker. He is going long, and this time he's got Cowens. This time he connects at the 30 and in for a Fat Jacks touchdown. 62 yards to the house.
And that time Cowens gets in behind the defense, but it's a perfectly placed ball. We've seen two deep balls that just go over the shoulder that Cowens isn't expecting. That's a perfect spiral, puts it right in the breadbasket. Cowens makes no mistake bringing it in and scoring. Really well done right there from LCC, and a huge start to this second half.
Third time's the charm. Parker to Cowens finally clicks, and it is a 20-7 lead for LCC. And as we mentioned, that connection was almost there a couple times in the first half. This lead for LCC actually probably could have been a lot bigger if those had connected. And we see why as they connect on a 62-yard pass right there. Extra point is up and good. So Lima Central Catholic comes out firing in the third quarter, and they take a 21-7 lead here at Goodwin Field. Welcome back. Tonight's touchdown sponsor is Fat Jack's Pizza. Get to Fat Jack's Pizza before or after the game and enjoy their delicious pizza, fun games, and ice-cold drinks. Tonight's presenting sponsor is Spallinger Millwright Services, proud to support the Allen East Mustangs. The team at SMS offers quality products from fabrication to installation. Located on Hamthorne Road and online at spallinger.com. Lima Central Catholic going right down the field via the big play, the 62-yard touchdown pass to Mylan Cowens, and it's a 21-7 LCC lead. And now it's Allen East. We'll put their offense on the field and see if they can keep the momentum going and try to stay close in this one.
Again, keeping it away from Hirschberger, but a running start.
Ethan Young has it at the 30-yard line is where he will be brought down, and that will put the Mustang offense back on the field.
All right, so obviously not the start you wanted if you're Allen East. We'll see what their halftime adjustments were offensively, see if they take a big shot downfield. They started to complete some passes and move the ball through the air at the end of that second half. And again, on the other side, remember that halftime adjustments, getting pressure in the backfield for LCC. They've stopped the run pretty well, but they've just not gotten pressure on that quarterback yet.
And when Jones has had to move around the pocket, he has done it like a seasoned pro. He has not looked uncomfortable back there, something that you've alluded to a couple different times. Here's Jones, pressured, lets this one go. Pass is going to be incomplete.
He felt that pressure from the backside, no doubt, as he floats that one over the receiver. Good pressure that time, again, forcing him out of the pocket, but this time they're in pursuit rather than him getting out of the pocket with no one there.
I think that was Leppert that was in there on the pressure. Jones might have rushed the throw. Looks like he probably had to let that one go, and that will bring up second down and 10. Fakes the handoff. Jones is going to keep it. Finding a little bit of a seam up the middle, out to the 34-yard line. Will bring up third down and long.
Good little read option there, and picking up a couple, making this third down a little more manageable. They'll need 6 yards. Good job staying home by that linebacker core for LCC, though, to make sure they didn't leave any space in the second level.
Thompson in the backfield along with Jones. 3rd and 5. Jones back to pass. Pressure coming up right up the middle and getting home as they get the sack. Number 73, Jaden Williams getting in there on the stop. Here's the east side replay.
And that time Williams just blows right through 2 defenders, almost untouched on his way back to Jones, and they're going to have to kick this one away.
So if you're LCC, you couldn't have asked for a better start to the half. Touchdown drive and then a 3-and-out forced by Allen East. Thompson will put the ball up, and another Evan Skilder approved punt now to the 32-yard line as Cowens fields this one, and the flags come out.
Yeah,
at the end. It was whistled.
It's a penalty. If he calls for a fair catch and then catches it and runs, then it is a delay of game penalty. I wonder if that's what they're about to call.
Okay, I did not see him signal delay or fair catch. It's hence my confusion.
Well, the ball was super high in the air, and if you were watching
I
can
ball,
understand
right,
why you wouldn't see it. Another really nice punt from Thompson.
The ball was over the lights. I was watching.
It was.
I didn't see Cowan signal the fair catch.
So we'll have the referees chatting. So it looks like, and we got a good shot here from our crew, but it looks like one is saying that it was definitely a fair catch call. I don't know. Maybe we'll just wait. I'm going to stop trying to lip read, huh?
Hey, no,
I'm not trained in that art.
Right? You're not trained in lip reading? Obviously, there's some disagreement among the crew because otherwise it would be a pretty straightforward call. Either he signaled fair catch or he didn't.
Still no. Here we go.
So I think we're going to have it here. We don't have the audio.
So I'm not entirely sure what he said. Something about an illegal motion or perhaps saying that he tried to, I don't know. Either way, it was not allowed. Strange play.
We're going to sign you up for lip reading classes. So
I'm going to need it.
You can figure that out.
Thank you. Yeah, no doubt.
So in any case, that's going to put the ball around the 34-yard line, and that's where LCC will start their next drive. 9:12 remaining in the third quarter. Here's the pitch going out. Again, here is Flores showing that speed and gets the Lee's first down. He is brought out, pushed out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Here's the east side replay.
I don't have official stats in front of me, but I think every time Flores has touched the ball, he's gone for at least 15 to 20 yards. I think he has about 3 or 4 carries. He has looked really good using that speed to get around the edge.
So he's had a really good burst once he has hit the sideline, and if you're not used to seeing that kind of speed, it's not always easy to gauge the angle you need to take in order to tackle him, which I think has contributed to his extra yardage. Here's Quatman going that other side here on another first down, and he has a big gain out to the 35, pushed out of bounds the 33-yard line as they are gashing this Mustang defense on the edges.
Again, he's able to get the outside. You'll see here there is a defender, but the defender kind of squares up to him instead of forcing him out or inside. He stops and doesn't take that edge. Really what you need to do is take an angle further to the outside to make sure that runner comes into the rest of the defense. Instead, again, they're getting that edge. They're getting up the field and getting chunk plays.
So another Lee's first down, ball on the 33 now all of a sudden. 1st and 10 for the T-Birds. Their motion, this is Quatman once again. Matthew Quatman, rather. Michael on that last carry. This is Matthew, and he picks up a nice chunk there. Gets out 7, out past the 30 to the 26-yard line.
Another good, strong run there from Quatman. He averages 111 yards per game, has scored 3 touchdowns coming into tonight.
Just past the 27, 2nd and 4. So Quatman in the backfield along with Parker. And Quatman will get the handoff on 2nd down and will move the pile. What looks like enough for a Pat's first down, Lee's first down.
Patience, vision, and quickness. Those are 3. That's a deadly combination, right? And Quatman possesses all of them right there. Nice and patient, kind of waiting for a seam, and then a nice side step to get some extra space, and then puts his foot down. Like there was nothing there, and he's still able to make something out of that play. I know it doesn't go for a lot of yards, but it goes for 2 more than it probably should have.
Make a 3rd down and 1. Chance for Allen East to get a stop LCC, this is Quatman going to get that Lee's first down, continuing to spin out of the way, out of tackles, finally brought down to the 15-yard line. Here's the east side replay.
Just so shifty. You see him go left and right so quick right here. Quick one to the left, and then another one to find space, and still strong enough to break a couple tackles. Guess I should have put strength into that combo, right? We got 4 different qualities that are incredible from Mr. Quatman.
Going to put him in the Pats red zone once again. The T-Birds looking to go up 3 scores here halfway through the third quarter. This is Quatman once again past the 10, powering his way to the 8.
I really like this LCC coaching staff and how they're not afraid to just stick with what works, right? We've seen them run the same play a couple times in a row. Right here, they're just sticking with that run right through the tackles, right? Why not? Because they're getting good yardage each play, 3, 4, 5, 6 yards per play. They're running the clock down. They're keeping the ball. They're keeping the ball out of the Allen East offense. It's just a really, really good job. Just saying, you know what? We can simplify this. We can just do what works, and that's exactly what they've done here. And it's fun to watch.
Been able to get pretty much whatever they've wanted on this drive. And we'll have a flag, false start on LCC, as they've had a few of those. A few motion penalties tonight. Really hasn't stopped LCC's offense. Maybe slowed them down a little bit, but that's about it.
All it does,
make it 2nd and 9.
Pardon me, Patrick. All it does is give you a couple extra yards to work with to help you run that clock down.
Right,
as they continue to just eat away. It's all possession. They've done a really nice job. Obviously, they had that deep pass to Cowens on the first drive, but since then it's been a lot of just really good run plays and efficient offense.
LCC's dominated time of possession here in the third quarter. I don't know that Allen East has had the ball for 45 seconds in this third quarter. We're halfway through it. 2nd down and 9. Parker going up the middle, plenty of space, and he's going to take it in. I think he's in. They will say yes. It is a Fat Jacks touchdown for LCC.
Another one here. They fake it to the outside. You'll see a couple defenders shade that way. It opens up space in the middle. I don't think he saw that guy coming from the left. Fortunately, the hit went into the end zone, but he scores a little slow to get up, but looks like he'll be okay. Got to keep your head on a swivel. Just because you've got no space, or you've got space to your right, doesn't mean someone's not flying in from the left. He's a young guy. He'll learn. Either way, it's a touchdown, so I think he's okay with a little bruise.
Right, exactly. 27-7 now LCC as they have come out and taken care of business here in the third quarter. Quatman out to attempt his 4th extra point of the night. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. 5:42 remaining in the third quarter. LCC has taken command. They are up 28-7. Welcome back. Tonight's Red Zone sponsor is Pat's Donuts and Cream. Visit any of our 4 area locations, including our new location at 600 South Cable Road next to LCC, open daily. And tonight's touchdown sponsor is Fat Jack's Pizza. Get to Fat Jack's Pizza before or after the game and enjoy their delicious pizza, fun games, and ice-cold drinks. There is also a Fat Jack's location nearby LCC. I don't know if it's in walking distance. I suppose it depends on how far you want to walk.
I'd walk pretty far for Fat Jack's Pizza, if I'm being honest with you.
They just might. I don't know. It's, as a high school kid, I'd say, yeah, it's in walking distance. We can make that. That's not a big deal. But once you get around to my age, you kind of go, they deliver those, right? Isn't that like God made DoorDash? Isn't that part of the reason? Some DoorDash guy comes and goes, really? You want me to deliver this a quarter of a mile away?
Now it will be Hirschberger getting that chance. He hasn't had a chance to return one yet, and there's no space as he trips over the 20-yard line.
They got it at the 5, now the 23-yard line. And definitely not the start to the third quarter that Allen East envisioned, is once again they've found themselves ceding 14 points to LCC, and they will try and get it back. Of course, the game's not over. There's still plenty of time left, but this is a scenario where if you're Allen East, you need to have something positive happen here.
Yeah, no question. Obviously, a 21-point deficit's no good, but yeah, if you give the ball back to LCC here, especially quickly, it's going to really feel like things are getting out of control, right?
Yeah. Handoff on first down to the 24, maybe got to the 25, and no more. East side replay coming up.
Hey, good job by the linebacker crew. Also coming off a block was big number 73. I like the way he shed that and fell to his left. That's Jaden Williams, the 5'11", 221-pound sophomore. He's got good size for a sophomore.
Yes, he does. Thompson on the sideline right now for this drive, at least for this play. Gain of 1. Hirschberger going back, setting up a bubble screen. That's exactly what they get to Hirschberger. And good defense there by LCC. Nothing doing on that play as Quatman is there for the stop.
And the cramp over there from Quatman. Looks like he's all right. He tried to get it in before the referee blew the whistle. Didn't work, so he'll have to leave for at least a play. But a good job by the LCC defense. Not fooled at all by that bubble as Hirschberger ran deep. And the defense of LCC, plenty of time to catch up and get to him. Drop him for a loss of 2. So back at the original line of scrimmage for third down are the Mustangs.
Kudos for attempting the speed stretch, I guess, but Quatman will have to have a seat.
It's nice when a guy wants to be out there, but take care of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Stretch out, you know.
It's like take a play, get it figured out. And a flag coming out on this one. This will be a motion penalty against Allen East.
Make it third down and 15. Again, I know it's been it was a rough start to the third quarter, but going back to the second quarter, they really started to put that passing game together. I'd like to see them, third and 15, you're going to have to pull something out of the bag here, but I'd really like to see them start to complete a couple short passes, whether they get a first down here and can start that trend or on their next possession. Just try to get that momentum back, right?
Try to make something happen here on 3rd and 15. Jones rolling out to his left. Pressure coming. Throws on the run. This pass almost caught. Had a man open there in the middle. Deacon Jones unable to bring it in, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, frustrating evening when it comes to drop passes as Jones put this right on the money. Again, a nice job rolling out, buying some extra time, and throwing on the run right to his receiver. But, again, tough night. Drops will happen, but the young man still making some good throws. There's going to be some stuff on this film that he's going to be able to take away and say, you know, I'm happy with that.
So 4th down, Allen East will bring Thompson out to punt. Ball tips once again off LCC, and the ball is still loose. Allen East trying to go for it. They say they have the football.
LCC's had some struggles recovering kicks or returning kicks, right? They had a muffed punt on the first punt of the game. This one, a muffed punt. We also saw the kick return that they caught, just kind of ran out of bounds and kind of sacrificed 14 yards or so in penalty yards. And right here, Allen East, maybe the break they need. Now maybe they can start that trend, just a couple quick plays, short passes, get your rhythm back, get your momentum back, get your quarterback feeling good.
Say once it starts taking a bounce and you've got defenders nearby, you just let that thing go. Like if it's going to roll, it's going to roll. Otherwise, you risk a turnover, as we just saw.
Yeah, and trying to pick a ball up like that in full speed too, when you don't quite have your bearings right, it's tough.
So Allen East with new life, just shy of midfield. At the 49, Hirschberger in motion. Jones will keep it, looking for something and not going to find anything out there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, if not a loss on that play.
Really good job by the left defensive end. I believe that's Xavier Purnell, and in fact, he might be an outside linebacker. But Purnell did a nice job containing Jones. He kept him inside. We call it maintaining the edge, right? You keep the edge. You force Jones to come inside. But not only did he do that, he was able to make the play on the ball and get the tackle.
So it's officially a loss of 1. Dorman in the backfield with Jones. Jones, pocket collapsing, trying to make something happen, and is going to be sacked for a loss on the play. Here's the east side replay of it.
And the T-Birds, we said maybe they would start to bring some extra pressure, some extra guys to put some pressure on the quarterback. They're sticking with, for a majority of the time, bringing 4 guys, right? Which means they have a lot of defensive backs and a lot of guys to defend the pass, and they are just not letting Allen East get open and making it really tough for Jones to get anything going now as he's dropped for the loss.
And when you can get pressure with 4, that just makes it that much more difficult to complete passes. Here on 3rd down and 13 is going to check down, and Nichols with the catch, but not getting much of anything there to the 41, and that's going to be it. 4th down coming up.
Yeah, and the T-Birds were okay with that on that play. They sagged everyone back.
Right.
They said, if you want to take the short route, go ahead. They drop him for a gain of just a couple, and it's the 4th and 10, and now the Mustangs will take the timeout to talk it over.
Metzger Financial Services timeout, 2:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We'll take the timeout as well. It is LCC all over Allen East here on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. And tonight's premier sponsor, R.D. Jones Excavating, serving your excavating needs for over 50 years. Visit R.D. Jones Excavating online to set up your project. Good luck to all area athletes, and go Mustangs. 4th and 10. The Mustangs trying to get 4th down, and Jones advancing the ball to the 44. I would say he was down at the 46-yard line. In any case, it will be a turnover on downs, and the T-Birds will get the football back.
Yeah, and a good response after that fumble, right? Your defense comes back onto the field.
Yep.
They thought they just got a good stop. They come back out, and they still are able to force the turnover on downs, and the offense comes out. Tons of momentum. They have to be feeling good about this. Still in the 3rd quarter, but with a big lead and an offense that's been really efficient here.
So the T-Birds come back out on offense, and as you said, very efficient offensively. I've been wrong before. It's been known to happen quite a few times, actually. I would be surprised if you see a lot more passing from LCC in this one. I think you'd probably want to just see how well the ground game is going to work. It's going to be Quatman here on 1st down, carving right up the middle and pushing forward, continuing to move the pile. A little rugby action there, getting the Lee's 1st down.
Man, the strength. He's able to keep his feet, keeps him moving. He's backward, but he's still able to charge backward. I think he was probably carrying guys for a few yards. Got to be careful there if you're big number 75. You can get an unnecessary roughness penalty or a clip on that. But
yeah.
Fortunately, no flag comes out. So here, ball up to the 40-yard line. LCC still cooking.
McKee was out for a portion of the first half. He is back in here in the 3rd quarter now. 1:40 to go in stanza number 3. This is Quatman again right up the middle, picking up 8 yards on the 1st down carry.
They are just pounding away right now. It's working, and they're sticking with it. Again, we said it last drive. They're sticking with what's working. Why not?
Exactly. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Quatman has been the workhorse throughout the season for this team. And that trend is continuing here tonight as we come up with a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. This is Quatman doing a lot of backwards running here in these last couple of plays. Here's the east side replay.
He's got about 15 yards just running backward on the last few. And again, just simple, right?
Yep.
Running off the tackle. Use that big offensive line, use that momentum, and use that strong running back that averages 111 per game.
Out to the 26-yard line, another Lee's 1st down. And again, you're going to see the T-Birds slow the clock, or slow the play action way down here. They're going to let the clock run. Well, the 26, 1st down. This is Parker on the keeper, and the T-Birds just finding a lot of purchase right up the middle as this offense has just been pounding it down the Mustangs' throat the last few plays.
Yeah, I have to imagine we won't see them run another play here in the quarter. So able to score 2 times in the 3rd. And a commanding lead. I'll tell you what, like you said, if they keep the ball on the ground, they're going to continue to run this clock. It's going to be really tough for Allen East to come back in this one.
3 quarters gone by here from Goodwin Field. It is LCC on top, 28-7 as we head to the 4th quarter. Keep it right here on WOSN. Welcome back. Eastside Insurance is tonight's instant replay sponsor, dedicated to providing the best insurance protection at the most reasonable price for as many people as possible. And tonight's 4th quarter sponsor is Citizens National Bank. See how we're building businesses one relationship at a time at cnbohio.com. 12 more minutes of football action coming up here from Goodwin Field. LCC with the 28-7 lead over Allen East as they blew this one wide open in the third quarter. 2 more touchdowns has given the T-Birds the commanding lead and are threatening to put one more on the scoreboard here. Hand off to Quatman. This is 2nd down and 5 as we get the fourth quarter underway. And maybe down to the 19 before he is stopped.
I'm not sure I've seen a solo tackle on Quatman yet today. He's done such a nice job forcing multiple defenders to bring him down.
I think you're right. I think it has taken multiple defenders to bring him down on each play. Quatman, the 5'11", 185-pound senior. Once again, Lima Central Catholic just having that bevy of playmakers. I know we've called Matthew's name quite a bit, but Mike Quatman's been pretty good. Brady Parker's been pretty good too. Here on 3rd down, taking that one out.
It'll be 4th and short. I don't think he got quite enough.
He did about a yard or so, so it's going to be 4th and they're going to say 2. 4th and 2 coming up for LCC, and I can't imagine them not going for it.
No, other than penalties, I don't think they've gone backward this half on a play.
I think you're right. Ball on the 18 here on 4th and 2.
It looks like they're going to run the play clock down and take a timeout to talk it over. And they will.
So that's exactly what they will do. Metzger Financial Services timeout. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. We'll step away and take a timeout as well. It's 28-7. LCC with a 4th down try coming up. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Metzger Financial Services, helping you plan your financial future. Call 419-225-6067 or visit MetzgerFinancialServices.com. And tonight's first down sponsor is Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken in Lima, Wapak, Delphus, and St. Mary's. Call Lee's for all your catering needs. Where home style happens. On 4th down, LCC getting the Lee's first down. We didn't plan that, folks. It just happens that way sometimes.
And it's another Matthew Quatman run right off tackle and another nice patient gain as he dances around a few defenders and grabs the first down. So now in the red zone.
Set into the Pat's Donuts and Cream red zone. As LCC looking to go up by 28 points. And certainly a surprise when we were previewing this game and talking about what could happen. We figured it would be a close game all the way through. Felt like the teams are evenly matched. Still contend that they are evenly matched. If you just had some plays certainly go LCC's way. I like Matthew Quatman here advancing the ball, stretching the defense, getting out to the 4-yard line. Ethan Hirschberger with the tackle.
Well, the second half is kind of an example of how a big play can really swing momentum, right? LCC came out and finally connected with Mylan Cowens on a deep pass for a touchdown. It was his first touchdown catch of the year, probably about a 60-yard touchdown pass. And since then, LCC really hasn't looked back.
LCC has looked really good on offense. I don't think they've been stopped. They've scored on every drive as they are looking to score on this drive. Getting lined up here. Play clock down to 5. Parker in the gun. Gets it off. Going to give it to Quatman. And Quatman is going to get in for the Fat Jacks touchdown.
Great effort at the end. We'll see the east side replay here. Watch that ball just get stretched out at the end. He's holding himself up with the left hand. He stretches the ball out with the right across the goal line. Good call from the referee who's right on top of it. Great job by our replay crew putting that one together for us, and another Fat Jacks touchdown.
Stayed up, stretched the ball out, and put 6 more on the board. LCC 34-7 on top of Allen East. No rest for the weary. There's Matthew Quatman out there to attempt the extra point. And
nice
it is
kick.
up and good. Yes, indeed. 35-7. The T-Birds in command here from Goodwin Field. We'll be back after this on WOSN. Tonight's touchdown sponsor is Fat Jack's Pizza. Get to Fat Jack's before or after the game and enjoy their delicious pizza, fun games, and ice-cold drinks. Tonight's premier sponsor is R.D. Jones Excavating. Serving your excavating needs for over 50 years, visit R.D. Jones Excavating online to set up your next project for your home or business. Good luck to all area athletes, and go Mustangs.
Well, look, if you're Allen East, your metal's being tested, right? Are you going to roll over or are you going to respond?
Yep.
Right? You might not be able to work yourself back into this game, but you can certainly show this crowd and show yourselves, right, that you can compete and you're willing to compete even when things aren't going your way. We'll see how they respond here as Hirschberger gets a chance.
Indeed, it is Hirschberger returning it. Looking for some space there on the far side of the field. Gets around to the 30-yard line before he is pushed out of bounds. You know, it's Friday the 13th, and you know, there were no broken windows, no broken mirrors, no one walked under a ladder. It wasn't really bad luck tonight for Allen East, just LCC executing very well and just getting the momentum and really riding that once they had it.
Yeah, absolutely, and a couple big plays for LCC as well as a really good job using those athletes. I know we've talked about it all night, but again, you have so many different guys you can go to, and then all of a sudden you can throw it over the top to Mylan Cowens, who's super quick, has good hands, has good size. It's just a really tough team to stop, right? They're going to be a force in this NWC. I know Columbus Grove is certainly the team that everyone's looking up to, but there are some teams in this conference, including the T-Birds, that can really challenge Columbus Grove for that crown.
Jones pitches it to Thompson on first down, and Thompson to the 37-yard line, and that's all. Here's the east side replay.
Nice little play there. Get your athlete Thompson out into space. Brings up 2nd down 3. Good play on first down. And again, can you score 28 points in 8 minutes? It's going to be tough. But if you can get a couple scores, complete a couple passes like this.
How about that to Ethan Young? Breaks a tackle, leaves first down, and pushed out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Well, if you can string together a bunch of plays like that, it's possible. They're going to need a lot more than that, but a nice starting spot there for Allen East. Here's the east side replay of it.
Yeah, really good job connecting with his man. Again, we've seen some really good work out of this young quarterback, Jones, and I just really like the way he can find his guys down the sideline. He throws a pretty good ball, and he stood in that pocket and delivered a strike.
Jones, the sophomore, bringing him back in. First down and 10 at the 22. Thompson with the carry across the 20 to 19-yard line. And you look at Keegan Jones as someone who, you know, getting his start tonight, came in for Thompson, who was moved over to another spot. Depending on the injury to Jacob Pinks and maybe some other things they're looking at, Jones was not the starting quarterback heading into the season. But if you look at his play tonight, obviously not the game not going well for Allen East, but you have to feel pretty good about the quarterback play you've seen from Jones as he looks, spins, pass complete to Hirschberger there at the 10. I think that's going to be Lee's first down, as that will move the sticks and put them in the Pats' red zone. But he's looked pretty good at quarterback, all things considered tonight.
Yeah, this pass on the run kind of thrown across his body, but delivers it on the money, nice and easy, makes it look easy. It's not an easy pass to complete that accurately, especially. But you're absolutely right. He's looking more and more comfortable. We saw that second quarter that he looked really good, and I think since then he's still showing that he can lead this team.
Fresh set of sticks. Kind of stretch it out. This is Thompson at the 12-yard line is where the collision will happen. Taken down by Quatman and Purnell in there on the stop for LCC. Gain about 4 on the play, bring up 2nd down and 6.
Called Purnell's name a couple times. He's done a nice job defensively, really sticking his nose into most plays. He's good in pursuit, but he's also done a really nice job holding this running game at bay.
2nd down and 7, ball at the 8. Here's the handoff. This is Thompson lowering the shoulder. Very unquarterback-like. down to the 3-yard line.
And remember, coming into today, Allen East second in the NWC in rushing yards per game at 243, and you're starting to see here that running game in action. Thompson normally this season playing some quarterback. He's thrown 53 passes for 365 yards, but he's run 51 times for 346, and this one's against LCC.
Yep, so that'll be half the distance to the goal. It still won't be enough for an Allen East first down, but it'll be about a yard. All right, just double checking my math. Very good. So 3rd down and 1. Wide. Thompson is right there, but Thompson able to push the ball forward, and
he was just short.
Nope, they're going to give it to him. That's Lee's first down.
Oh, wow.
And it'll be 1st and goal.
It's a good job by Louis Knotts getting in the backfield early, but like you said, Jackson just strong and able to power forward to get that first down, just that extra inch that he needed.
Yeah, good effort, because it looked like that play was going to get blown up. And Thompson will push it through, and Thomas one more time, and this time it gets blown up, and backwards they go.
Right here, they just shoot through the offensive line, just super quick. They bring the middle linebacker through the A gap, and he brings down the ball carrier. Really nice job. We've seen him in the backfield a couple times. That's Caden Falk, the junior.
So blowing that play up, and it'll be 2nd and goal. LCC, or Allen East rather, looking for another score. Jones is going to keep it in trouble and is going to get sacked. Carson Hefner coming up with it. And LCC not buying the fake. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 7.
Yeah, almost acting like they're frustrated that Allen East had been running it down their throat and completed that pass out to the right side. And now they're saying, hey, guess what? We're still here. We're still here. Right. We haven't given up. And now pushing Allen East the wrong way, a 3rd down and 8 now.
Meanwhile, the clock continuing to run, 4:20 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Is the clock a factor in sealing it for Allen East essentially, but they're going to try and put some points on the board and have some things to feel good about, going for the corner there on 3rd down and looking for, I think it was Ethan Young. It was Ethan Hirschberger, the intended receiver on that play. It'll be 4th down.
So now after a nice drive, trying to put something together and punch it into the end zone, Allen East going the wrong way, and LCC 8 yards away from stopping them on 4th down.
An impressive defensive stand for LCC, since it was 1st and goal at the 1 for Allen East, and now it's 4th and goal at the 8. Jones back to pass, pressured, in trouble, is going to be brought down at the 15. Falke in there again on the sack, and a turnover on downs, the 2nd one forced by LCC tonight.
Nice job again. There's Falk getting in the backfield and making a big play. Hey, Patrick, before this next drive starts, I just want to say something real quickly, getting some notes from a friend and a guy with us at WOSN, Nate Garlock, over at the Shawnee-Salina game. A big, serious injury to a Shawnee player, Jaron Bagley, had to be taken away from the field. Kind of a scary scene. So just wanted to raise some prayers, and I know this community in Northwest Ohio, super supportive of all athletes, no matter what team they're on. Yep. And so just wanted to shout out Jaron Bagley and lift him up in prayer tonight.
Keep him in our prayers, and hopefully whatever the injury was not long-term, and not just in football, but just after football.
Absolutely, absolutely.
First down run nets very little. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. 2nd down coming up.
So now just 3.5 minutes. LCC presumably going to keep the ball on the ground. 2nd down here. A couple first downs should do it tonight, and a nice game for the T-Birds.
I don't think Parker's thrown a pass since that touchdown to Cowens. Has he thrown a pass since then?
I don't remember him doing so. You might be absolutely correct on that. Either way, they have done a nice job running the ball, and now You get a new guy into the backfield, and even he looks like
Eddie
he
White
can carry the load. Eddie White with the big-time carry. Good-looking freshman running back there, Eddie White.
6 foot 198. Let me tell you what I was not in my freshman year in high school was 6 foot 198.
I know it. That would not have been nice.
Yeah. I might have played more football if I'd been that. I mean, 5'4", 120 doesn't make the team? Imagine that.
You were 5'4" in high school, and now you're 5'2"? What happened?
Well, hey, age is a thing, man. You
That's
just get
true.
beaten down.
Well, big third down on the field.
Ball comes loose. Parker is just going to sit on it.
Not exactly what you wanted there, as LCC will punt this one away. And again, this T-Bird team introducing themselves or reintroducing themselves to the Northwest Conference. And it's been about 12 years since they played a Northwest Conference football game, and they're going to open this season with a Northwest Conference victory, something we haven't heard from LCC in quite a while. Welcome back.
Without a doubt, LCC has had a good, solid start to this season. That's something that has plagued them the last couple of years. They have this first month. This is going to take an Allen East bounce. Big time is fielded on the bounce by Hirschberger.
He basically said, why not, right? I'm just going to go for this.
What are we going to lose at this point? Yeah. And able to put Allen East as a pretty decent field position. LCC in around September, around that time, the last couple of seasons, they've had these losing streaks that they've kind of struggled with. They've gotten through, and something that I've talked with head coach Scott Paulty a few times about is, hey, we want to minimize those things. Yeah, we come out of them, and we do really well, and we come out with a nice playoff run, but, man, you'd like to clean those things up from the beginning, and so far, LCC has had a really nice start to this 2024 campaign.
Right, just that one loss in week 1, but then last week beating Cary 25-7, and that's a good Cary program, right? Maybe a little down this year, but that's still a really nice win early in the season, like you said.
Jones back to throw on first down. Got his man across. Nichols out to the 14-yard line. Nice pickup there.
Yeah, Nichols coming into tonight, 7 receptions for 119 yards and a touchdown.
Hang tight after our broadcast is over because we will announce our Stolly Hustle Award winner for this one, as Lima Central Catholic is going to pick up their first conference win in quite a few years, and the ball is going to be intercepted, and icing on the cake for this LCC victory as Lawson Flores, who has been quick on the ends, is quick in the middle and picks off the football.
I know the clock on your screen says 3.9. There we go. It says 53.9. Sometimes technology gets away from us a bit, but just a couple kneel downs, and the T-Birds should be in pretty good shape here.
So LCC will improve their record. See some of the handshaking there in the sideline there in the trenches. And victory formation for the T-Birds is they'll do a couple of kneel downs, one more, and wrap this one up from Goodwin Field.
Patrick, how blessed are we to be able to cover high school sports in Northwest Ohio? These athletes, no matter what the sport is, there's a lot of hard work that goes into being a student and then going to practice and training. A lot of times there's early mornings, a lot of times there's late nights, all for the sake of being healthy and being able to compete on a team and being able to participate in something that's big in this country, but also in Northwest Ohio. And I'm glad that WOSN, you and I, and everyone on the crew and on staff gets this privilege of bringing sport to the people in Northwest Ohio and celebrating these young athletes for all the hard work that they really put in.
Takes a lot to get this going, including you out there watching this broadcast wherever you are, as the final seconds tick off of this one, and it is Lima Central Catholic coming into Goodwin Field and coming out with a win, 35-7 over Allen East. Evan and I will be back to wrap this one up when we come back on WOSN. Welcome back as we wrap this one up tonight. Time to announce our Stolly Hustle Award winner. Check out highlights of tonight's Stolly Hustle Award winner on the WOSN YouTube page. Welcome back, LCC, with the 35-7 win over Allen East. Lawson Flores of the Thunderbirds gets the Stolly Hustle Award winner, and really, Evans Gilder, just a tremendous performance by him, just capping it off with the interception for him at the very end.
Absolutely. We knew that Matthew Quatman would get carries. We knew that Michael Quatman would get targeted. We knew Brady Parker was going to get some work. We even knew Mylan Cowens was going to get some passes deep. But we talked about role players as a key to the game, and Lawson Flores, every time he touched the ball, he made the most of his opportunities, showed the wheels on the outside, and like you said, a big interception there at the end to cap the game off. I really like what he was able to do tonight, and I think he's very worthy of the Stolly Hustle Award.
He is our Stolly Hustle Award winner for tonight's contest, as LCC gathered on their sideline to sing out the victory here tonight as they defeat Allen East 35-7. That is going to wrap up our coverage of this one tonight. Want to thank our crew for bringing this contest to you. Wayne Getz, our director. Zach Keith, Kelsey Beimer bringing you the pictures. Thank you to Kelly Getz back at the ranch, making sure we get this thing on. And, of course, Evans Gilder providing amazing color commentary as always. One more time, the final 35-7. Allen East losing to LCC tonight. For Evans Gilder and our entire WOSN staff, I'm Patrick Hamler saying so long, everyone, from Allen East.